everyone! It's your buddy, Pure Anime Recap, here with another awesome anime episode. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any new videos. Your support means a lot. Today, we're jumping into episode 3 of Chillin in Another World with level 2 Super Cheat Powers. Sit back, relax, and enjoy these scenes while I give you the lowdown on what's happening. So, the third episode of this anime kicks off with a surprising and funny scene. Our hero, Flio, wakes up from his sweet morning sleep and, to his astonishment, finds Rhys, his new wife, in his room. Flio, still groggy and confused, blurts out, "What are you doing here?" Rhys, acting like it's no big deal, smiles and says, "Why? We're married! It's natural for us to be together." Flio, finally remembering what happened, tries to pull himself together. Seeing his confusion, Rhys adds, "From now on, my heart and body are yours, darling." Flio, clearly flustered and not ready for this sudden intimacy, tries to wiggle out of it. He stammers, "Wait, we can't just jump into this. There are stages. Feelings need to develop and all that." Rhys, not quite getting it, replies, "Wow, marriage among humans sure is complicated." They finally agree that to avoid suspicion, they should sleep in the same room. Flio, still uncomfortable, insists on sleeping on the floor. Rhys, seeing he won't budge, reluctantly agrees. After this eventful scene, we see Flio training Balirossa and the other knights. These poor souls have a long way to go and are pretty bad at fighting. Flio tries to teach them how to use swords and shields, but it's not easy. Balirossa, one of the eager students, keeps trying but always seems to mess up. The others aren't much better. Flio patiently instructs them, but it's clear they have a tough road ahead. Once, when Balirossa tries to swing her sword, she loses her balance and almost falls. Flio quickly helps her and says, "Take it easy, don't rush. You need to maintain your balance before thinking about striking." The good news is, because they defeated those crazy bears in the last mission, they get a house at a great discount. Everyone is thrilled when they hear this. Flio, feeling bad for them, says, "I can't let you sleep on the ground. Training will take a while. At least, this way, we have a roof over our heads." Everyone is happy and grateful for his kindness. Then comes dinner time, and this is where things get really interesting. Rhys, new to this world and its customs, thinks everyone loves raw meat like she does. She goes hunting and proudly brings back a huge chunk of raw meat to the table. With pride, she says, "To celebrate our new home, I brought the best meat. Enjoy." Everyone looks at each other in shock, not knowing what to say. Flio, seeing the awkwardness, gently says, Rhys, I think we prefer cooked meat." Rhys, puzzled, asks, "Really? But raw meat is so much tastier." Seeing no other option, Flio decides to cook the food himself. He says, "Let me handle it." He starts cooking and everyone watches curiously, amazed at his cooking skills. Balirossa, impressed, says, "Wow, I didn't know you could cook." When the food is ready, everyone eagerly digs in. Rhys, tasting cooked food for the first time, exclaims, "This is delicious! How did you make it so good? It's completely different from raw meat." Everyone enjoys the meal, and a warm, friendly atmosphere develops. Flio smiles and says, "I'm glad you like it." After dinner, they all gather and share their stories. Balirossa talks about coming from a ruined noble family and how she learned to cook. She says, "We couldn't afford a cook, so I had to learn to make food myself." Everyone listens sympathetically and thanks her for helping with the cooking. The next day, someone from the castle visits Flio. Introducing himself, he says, "I'm Leolith from the Adventurers Guild. I'm here to discuss something important with you." He offers Flio the chance to work under the hero and become an honorary knight. Excitedly, he says, You're so strong. You can help save the world. The king personally wants to appoint you as an honorary knight. Flio, from another world and seeing no reason to fight demons, thinks it over and respectfully declines. He says, "I appreciate the offer, but I'm not interested." Leolith, disappointed, tries to persuade him, "But this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. You could be a hero." Flio still politely refuses. A month passes, full of various events. Rhys, who loved the cooked food, decides to learn how to cook. She attends cooking classes daily and practices hard. At first, her dishes aren't great, but she gradually improves. One day, excited, she shows Flio and says, "Honey, I made a new dish today. Want to try it?" Flio, seeing her effort, smiles and agrees. During this time, everyone works and trains together on the farm. Flio teaches them how to use swords and magic. Balirossa, determined, practices for hours every day and gradually improves in swordsmanship. One day, she finally lands a good hit and screams with joy. "Did you see that? I did it!" Blano also tries to learn new spells. Flio gives her a magic ring to enhance her power. Blano excitedly tests it and finds her magic is indeed stronger. She happily exclaims, "Wow, I can't believe it! Now I can cast more complex spells." Balirossa also tries to improve her archery, but hesitates to shoot at targets because she thinks they're too cute. Flio tells her, "Balirossa, you need to learn that sometimes we have to do things we don't like, but they're necessary." Balirossa sighs and says, "I know, but it's hard." One day, something unexpected happens. A demon named Olaminas shows up. Everyone is terrified, but instead of attacking, Olaminas looks at Rhys and says, "Fenrys, is that you? What are you doing here?" It turns out Rhys is actually Fenrys, a former warrior of the Dark Army and sister of Fenriel, whom Flio had previously defeated. Everyone is shocked. Balirossa, scared, asks, "So, you were one of our enemies?" Rhys, or should I say Fenrys, looks down in shame and says, "Yes, but I'm not that person anymore. I fell in love with Flio and want to be by his side." Flio, who seemed to know this already, handles it calmly. He even suggests a practice fight with Olaminas and Fenrys. He says, "How about a friendly match? This way we can gauge each other's strength." Olaminas, taken aback by the offer, hesitantly agrees. Fenrys, wanting to prove she's no longer part of the Dark Army, also agrees. Everyone watches anxiously. The fight begins, and everyone watches closely. Olaminas attacks quickly, shouting, "Poison Cat Claw!" Meanwhile, Fenrys attacks from behind. But Flio calmly says, "Magic nullification," and neutralizes both attacks. Then, with a swift move, he takes them both down. Everyone is amazed by Flio's power. Balirossa, mouth agape, says, "I can't believe it. It looked so easy for him." Blano admiringly says, "That's why he's our master. He's incredible." Olaminas, stunned, leaves and returns with several dragons, thinking he can defeat Flio with them. Proudly, he says, "Let's see what you do against the strongest creatures of the Dark Army." But Flio, unfazed, says, "Holy magic, Sky Hammer," and with one powerful strike, destroys all the dragons. Everyone watches in disbelief. Even Olaminas is left speechless. After this display of power, Flio turns to the others and says, "All right, now it's your turn. Want to give it a try?" Everyone looks at him in surprise. Flio explains, "I've enchanted these ordinary items with magic. If you throw them, you can defeat the dragons." Balirossa volunteers first, excitedly grabs a shovel and throws it. When she sees she actually defeated a dragon, she screams with joy. "Oh my God! I did it! I beat a dragon!" The others take turns, each successfully defeating a dragon. After this, everyone gathers around. Flio says, "See? You can be strong too. You just need to train and believe in yourselves." Fenrys, embarrassed, says, "I'm really sorry for not telling you the truth. I hope you can forgive me." After a brief pause, everyone smiles and tells her they understand. The episode ends with a mysterious scene. We see Lord Ghoul, an important character, watching these events from afar. He says to himself, "So this man is that powerful. I need to learn more about him." It's clear he'll play a significant role in future episodes. Finally, we get a short, funny introduction of the main characters. Balirossa proudly says, "I'm Balirossa and I'm skilled at making sweets." Blossom energetically says, "I'm Blossom and I'm in charge of the farm. You can count on me." Blano shyly says, "I'm Blano, a weak wizard." And lastly, Balirossa tries to say something, but the others cut her off, laughing. Balirossa has a stash of romance novels under her bed. Balirossa blushes and says, "Guys, that's not true." The episode wraps up with a sense of camaraderie and anticipation for what's to come.